Hey, it's me, Connor Nielsen from CS Reviews, and you know what I really love? A good movie. Alright, so it is the week before Halloween, and usually people are doing horror movie reviews, top 10 horror movies, greatest horror villains, but you know, me and Spencer, we decided to dare to be different, and what we are doing is we are doing Sci-Fi Week. That's right, every day this week we will be doing a sci-fi movie. And today, I will be reviewing James Cameron's The Abyss. Now, a lot of people think I hate James Cameron because I didn't like Avatar that much. Now, that is very, very not true. I think James Cameron is a great director. I think Avatar was just one of his weaker movies. I think that this movie, The Abyss, was very, very good. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's great, but I think it's very, very good. And here's how we're going to go into that. So, it's directed by James Cameron. It's called The Abyss. It was made in the year 1989, I believe, starring Ed Harris. And what happens is a submarine sinks. And so, underwater oil tankers go down to go investigate, and it's right next to an abyss. And there, the people, the crew, are led to believe that there is an alien life form down inside of the abyss at the clear bottom, and it comes out, and one of the women see it. I wouldn't say the only woman, but the leading lady, I can't really remember her name. She sees it, and then she tells them about it. But one of the crew members, his name's Coffee, he has a cool mustache. He goes crazy, and he thinks that Russians sunk the submarine, and so he thinks that the Russians are down inside of the abyss, and he's like takes an atomic weapon aboard, and he's gonna start war on this alien species. I know, crazy, huh? But so that's really the premise of the story. Now, pros about this movie, what I really enjoyed were the second half. I really liked the second half a lot better than I liked the first half, and that usually doesn't happen. Because the second half has, because usually the first, no wait, I wouldn't say that never happens, but for the first half I thought was okay, but the second half was amazing. Had the first half been amazing as the second half, I would have loved this movie. I would have loved this movie. Pros, yeah, the second half. I also liked a lot of the performances. Ed Harris does a good job. I think that the guy who did Coffee does a great job as being bizarre. I think the special effects were good, but that's not going to affect the grade. If I think they were good, then they're good, but it's not going to affect the grade. But what I did like was where the little water is going all around. I thought that part was really cool. But yeah, I also like because there's a black woman on board, and what I love is that they don't single her out because she's a minority. They don't mention that she's black and that she's female. Thank you. I mean, every time there is somebody who is either black or female, they have to embrace. They have to like go into detail and like say, "Oh, you're doing this because I'm black or I'm female." Well, she's like a minority, but the character wasn't written for a minority. It was written as just a person, and then it just so happened that a black female got the part, and I'm glad for that because that doesn't really happen. Because and that's what I disliked about it a lot. And I'm glad they didn't go like, "Oh, you're just doing that because I'm black." No, they don't do that. Quite frankly, she doesn't even have that big of a part, but oh well. I'm just glad that they didn't do that. The other pros, I enjoyed, at the end, I got the sense of the Steven Spielberg sense of awe. I know it's not directed by Steven Spielberg, but I got a kind of a Steven Spielberg sense of awe. It's a kind of, I guess it would be a James Cameron. Okay, I got a James Cameron sense of awe because, I mean, if you've seen this movie, I mean, that ending, the part where they're going through the whole place, I mean, that was just great. Great cinematography. The leading lady, I can't remember her name. I saw this a while ago, so I didn't record it in my little book. But one of the problems I had with it was the first half, I felt like they told the leading lady, be Sigourney Weaver. And if you've seen this movie, I think you probably know what it's like. I mean, because she's trying to be tough girl, yelling at everybody, trying to be the woman in charge. This was made 3 years after Aliens, the second one. And that's another James Cameron movie. But, I mean, and she got annoying in the first half. And that's another reason why I didn't really like the first half that much, was because she started to get on my nerves. And another thing I didn't like was, another thing that really kind of keeps happening in a James Cameron movie. The language in this movie is pretty explicit for a PG-13 movie. I mean, had I been in charge of this movie rating, I would have given it an R, because there's a little bit of nudity in it. You can tell they didn't want to have it in there, but it's in there. I mean, you can obviously see it. They tried blocking it, because there's a part where you have to give a woman a CPR, and so, yeah. But partial nudity, and there's a lot of language. I mean, if you don't like language, I recommend don't seeing this. But I go to high school, so I hear that kind of language every day. I try not to cuss at all, so I can get through it. But they drop quite a bit of bombs in there. So if you don't like strong language, I recommend don't watching this movie. But if you are a fan of sci-fi, if you're a fan of James Cameron, definitely one of James Cameron's better movies, but a lot better than Avatar. I will give this movie a 4.5 out of 5. Or a 9 out of 10. No. A 4 out of 5 and an 8 out of 10. That sounds more like it. I think that's probably a good rating for this movie. Also, we are taking movie requests. If you want me or Spencer to review a movie, go ahead and request it. Just personal message us. Quick shout outs to LaserDude99. Great movie reviewer. Go check him out. Oh, it's a great channel. I really enjoyed him for quite a while. Countdown Gods. I love that channel. Great movie reviews. And also Cinema Connection 1. Obviously, he's great. I mean, he was like, when I first saw him, I was like, wow, I need to get into this movie critiquing. Then I found Countdown Gods, and also subscribe to Least Liked Critic 75. And yeah, tomorrow we will have Spencer reviewing Ridley Scott's Alien. This is Connor Nielsen of CS Reviews signing out.